Dear friends, our Gospel reading today is commonly known as the story of the prodigal son. Well, that is somewhat misleading. It's better thought of as a story of two brothers. It's the longest story that Jesus tells in all of his teaching, and it wonderfully weaves together a great many references to Old Testament stories that would have been familiar to his first listeners. Those who came to my study morning back in November will have heard me go into those references in some detail, to Cain and Abel, Jacob and Esau, Joseph and his brothers. Yet we do not have to understand all the references that Jesus is making to understand the purpose of the story, which is part of Jesus' genius as a storyteller. The prodigal son is the one who seems to get all the attention, both in the story itself and in the repeated telling of it. The younger son does something shocking. He says to his father that he wants his inheritance now, which is a way of saying, and it would certainly have been heard in this way, that he doesn't care if his father lives, he might as well be dead. Well, the son receives his inheritance and heads off to spend it prodigally, one might say prodigiously. Eventually, there is no inheritance left, and this son is left to muck out the pig stalls before he comes to his senses and thinks that he will go back to his father. At which point he is embraced by the father, who's been looking out for him all this time, and a party is thrown. This, I think, is very familiar. It is a pattern that represents God's amazing grace towards us, that we do not receive what we deserve. Rather, God is generous and merciful. So what of the elder son? The elder son is grumpy, and upon seeing what has happened with his brother, is filled with resentment. "Look," he says to his father, "look, see here. I haven't been given my just deserts. You're showing favoritism. Why him, not me?" And so on. It's such a familiar human reaction. Someone else has been given a great gift. Why not me? Yet the father says, "All that I have is yours." In other words, the elder son could have enjoyed these blessings at any point. The elder son prevented himself from enjoying those blessings. Why? Or how? How does it come to be that the elder son does not enjoy the blessings on offer from the father? Listen to the elder son's own words. "All these years I've been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders, yet you never gave me." The elder son has been working so very hard and has been very obedient, but has never enjoyed the reward that he thought he was earning. And why might that be? Simply because with God it is not a question of earning or being obedient in order to receive a reward. There are no transactions with God. We make God so small in our dealings with him. We make God into a petty tyrant that can be appeased if we do the right thing. We think that, like the elder son, if we work hard, if we're obedient, then things will be all right, that the world will then make sense, that we will gain our reward. Yet the father is looking out for the younger son, who was lost and is now found. This is not because the elder son is not loved. On the contrary, every blessing that it is possible to receive is there, ready and waiting for the elder son to claim it. The elder son does not claim it, though, for the elder son is trapped within this meritorious framework, this absence of grace, this grind of works and the achievement of his own salvation. This is the paradox of salvation, that it can only be received as a gift. "You never gave me," says the elder son. "All that I have is yours," says the father. He cannot give what the elder son already possesses. There is much more that can be said about this wonderful story. But let me close with a thought about the life of our Mother Church on this Mothering Sunday. Our church seems to me to be frightened and somewhat resentful, scratching around for ways in which to experience a blessing, because it feels as if divine favour has been withdrawn, and so we are withering and dying. I believe that this is the wrong way round. Some generations ago, probably as far back as the 19th century debates about evolution, we lost confidence in our faith, which meant that we stopped trusting in the abundance of God's provision. Ever so slowly, we've been drifting further and further away from the Father's generosity, wasting our inheritance on things that do not satisfy. That might sound like we're the prodigal son. I want to say, no, we are the elder son. All that the Father can give us is around us and available to us. Our path of restoration is to stop saying, look, why not me? Our path of restoration is to stop thinking that we have to slave away and be obedient in search of a reward. No, instead, we are to be more like the prodigal, to count ourselves as worthless and simply say, Father. Then we shall enjoy all the grace of God once again, and we shall celebrate as his beloved children. Till we meet again. Amen.